A young disciple had recently joined a guru and had many questions on his mind. One day, he approached the guru and asked, "Gurudev, I have noticed that initially, people are very loving towards each other, but over time, differences arise. These differences turn into conflicts, and soon they begin speaking ill of each other. Eventually, relationships break, and love turns into hatred. Why does this happen? Why does hatred replace love?" The guru replied, "Today, I am visiting a farmer at his home. Come with me, and you will find the answer to your question." After a while, the guru and his disciple arrived at a nearby village. They knocked on the door of a house, and a man answered. Seeing the guru, he bowed and said, "Tell me, Gurudev, how may I serve you?" The guru asked, "Is the dispute you had with your wife resolved? Are you happy now?" The man replied, "Marrying that woman was the biggest mistake of my life, Gurudev. She is not a good person at all. She doesn't care for me or my family, always speaks arrogantly, and is constantly angry. She has never understood me nor listened to me. She has left me and gone back to her parents' house, and I wish she never returns." The guru then said to his disciple, "Did you see? This is human nature. Every person has both good and bad qualities, but people only remember the bad. When someone starts criticizing another, they only see and speak ill from beginning to end. When negative thoughts dominate, they expect everything to be positive, which is impossible. To bring goodness, happiness, and peace into life, one must see the good, but most people don't do this because it hurts their ego." Listening to these words, the man said, "Gurudev, if someone is bad, one will obviously see the bad in them. My wife is bad, so I see only the bad in her. She has never done anything to make me happy." The guru asked, "Have you ever done anything to make your wife happy?" The man replied, "Gurudev, she never gave me a chance." The guru said, "For a moment, forget all the bad qualities and flaws of your wife. Try to remember one good quality of hers and tell me." The man said, "Once, my mother fell very ill, and my wife took great care of her. She didn't care about day or night." The guru asked, "Can you remember any other good quality of your wife?" The man replied, "Yes, she always woke up first in the house every morning and took great care of my parents' meals. When I was very ill, she stayed up all night to give me my medicine. She was very hardworking, and even if she was in pain, she never told me. She always tried to keep me happy." As the man spoke, tears welled up in his eyes. He said, "Gurudev, I agree that my wife has many flaws, but she is not a bad person. I don't know why I couldn't see her good qualities until now." The guru smiled and said, "When we see the bad in someone, negativity attracts more negativity, making everything appear bad. But when we see the good in someone, positivity attracts more positivity, and everything starts turning good for us." The man understood the message. He sought the guru's permission and went to bring his wife back. The guru then said to his disciple, "Do you understand now why relationships break and why love turns into hatred? When there is hatred in the mind, love cannot exist. Where there is love, hatred cannot remain. It depends on us whether we want to keep love or hatred in our minds." The disciple said, "Gurudev, I understand your words very well. I have another question. Will you answer it too?" The guru replied, "Certainly, ask your question without hesitation." The disciple asked, "Gurudev, what is the most difficult task in this world?" The guru said, "The most difficult task in this world is to live in solitude." The disciple asked, "What is so difficult about it?" "Anyone can live in solitude." Hearing this, the guru smiled and said, "If you think this task is so easy, can you live in solitude for 30 days? You will have to stay in a cave for 30 days without going anywhere, without contacting anyone outside, and without engaging in any activities inside the cave. You will only remain silent and peaceful. Can you do this?" The disciple asked, "But Gurudev, what will happen by living in solitude? What will I gain from it?" The guru replied, "You will find out what you gain, but the question is, can you perform such an easy task?" The disciple agreed. The guru took his disciple to a cave and made arrangements for his food and drink for 30 days. The guru said, "The door of the cave is open. If you feel you cannot do this, you can come out." The disciple entered the cave. He easily spent the first day, but on the second day, he began to feel strange. His mind kept wandering outside, and he felt suffocated. He began to walk around the cave restlessly but somehow managed to get through the second day. By the third day, he was very agitated. Thoughts flooded his mind about what a waste of time this was and what might be happening outside while he was in the cave. On the third day, he came out of the cave and went to the guru. Seeing the disciple, the guru smiled and said, "I was expecting you. You were supposed to stay in solitude for 30 days, but you came out in just 3 days. The disciple said, "I don't know, Gurudev, but I was feeling very restless inside. I just kept wanting to go outside. In these 3 days, I couldn't even be in solitude. My mind was full of thoughts, emotions, imaginations, and so much more. Something was forcefully pulling me outside." The guru said, "That something was none other than your own mind. The mind does not like solitude. It is always seeking someone else. When it doesn't find anyone else, it becomes restless because its existence depends on others. If there are no others, the power of the mind diminishes, and it starts to lose control over you. That is why it wanted to bring you outside as quickly as possible, and you came out." The disciple said, "Gurudev, you were absolutely right. Living in solitude is one of the most difficult tasks in the world." The guru said, "You didn't ask what the easiest task in the world is." The disciple said, "Gurudev, this question was also in my mind, but I couldn't ask." The guru replied, "If the most difficult task in the world is living in solitude, then the easiest task in the world is also living in solitude." The disciple asked, "Gurudev, how can you say such contradictory things? I can't understand." The guru said, "Solitude is our true nature, but we have drifted away from our nature, caught in the web created by the mind. We always seek someone else and lose our solitude. Solitude does not need to be cultivated, it is our inherent nature." The disciple asked, "If solitude is our nature and it is so easy, then why did I come out of the cave in just 3 days? Why did I find it so hard to stay there? Why did I feel suffocated and become so restless?" The guru replied, "As long as solitude does not arise from within, no matter if you are locked in a cave, you will not remain in solitude. Even there, you will gather a crowd around you, and that crowd will be inside your mind." After this, the guru took the disciple to a river and said, "If you had to build a dam on this river, how long would it take? Could you build it today itself?" The disciple replied, "No, Gurudev, how can it be possible in 1 day? It won't even be done in 2, 3, or 4 days. It will take a long time. First, a plan needs to be made, then preparations for the dam will start. Gradually, every problem that arises will be looked into and handled, and over time, the dam will be built." The guru said, "You are right. Similarly, a dam on the river of the mind is built slowly and gradually over time, not in 1, 2, 3, or 4 days." The disciple said, "Gurudev, I understand what you are trying to teach me. I will also start preparing to build a dam on the river of my mind." From that day on, the disciple began to focus on his practice. Slowly, he started standing against his mind. He began taking small vows. He completed many vows while many remained incomplete and broke midway, but each time he grew stronger. With each vow fulfilled, his control over himself increased. Over time, his small vows turned into big ones. One day, he took a vow and went into the cave for 30 days. He did not come out of that cave. After 30 days passed, the guru became concerned about his disciple and went to check on him. Inside the cave, he saw that his disciple was sitting peacefully in meditation. As soon as the disciple saw the guru, he stood up, bowed to him, and said, "Gurudev, you were absolutely right. Living in solitude is a very easy task. Solitude is our nature, and this is our reality. Nothing needs to be done for it. It is always present, but we do not see it." After this, both the disciple and the guru came out of the cave. Now you might be wondering about the meaning of this story about solitude. In reality, solitude is something that shows us the truth and peace. We are all caught up in very small things in our lives, things that are so trivial that their existence or absence makes no difference, but we have made them so significant that they seem very important in our lives, and our lives revolve around them. We end up wandering in the same place. No one is exempt in this world. Whether someone is a great person, stands with great pride, is a king, a beggar, powerful, weak, a saint, or a recluse, everyone has returned to dust. The arrogance of no one remains. For the small things we fight and quarrel about today, what will you do with them? It takes only a moment for the body to turn to dust, yet we fight as if we will always be here. The time we have is very precious, make use of it. Learn something, understand something, live life in some way. Despite knowing everything, we know nothing. This is our tragedy and our unconsciousness. Coming out of this is called awakening, awareness, and mindfulness. This is enlightenment. Thank you for joining me on this journey of embracing simplicity and finding the true essence of life. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more thought-provoking content. And please share this with someone you love the most. Lastly, I want you to climb higher and aim higher.